The dream began with a young man named William Leonidas Mayo. With 13 brothers and sisters, Mayo learned firsthand the difficulties of living in hard times. By working at odd jobs and occasionally teaching in small country schools, Mayo managed to complete his secondary education at Cedar Bluff Academy. Mayo had lost many opportunities of his hopes of building a college of his own, but his opportunity came around at last when an opening developed for the school superintendent in Cooper. The school board of Cooper accepted the young educator's promise of a well-run, first-class private college based on normal principles. The two-story frame building that served as the first home of what would become East Texas State University was destroyed in a fire. Though discouraged, Mayo quickly decided to rebuild. The question was where, if not Cooper? The town of Commerce was only 15 miles away and seemed a good fit. Due to tight funding and low enrollment, East Texas University became affiliates of Texas A&M, thus becoming Texas A&M University Commerce. It was ironic that G was president when East Texas State University became desegregated, due to the fact that he had long opposed it and succeeded for a while in blocking integration on campus. Nevertheless, desegregation on all state college campuses have become very realistic following the Supreme Court decision in 1950.
We were one of the last schools to actually integrate, and President G really held off for as long as he could. Even the Mayo's College book describes G as a staunch conservative.
In 1960, Velma Waters and Charles Garwin were the first African American students at East Texas State University. The university crowned its first black homecoming queen, Glenda McKissick Mineola, by popular vote among her student body in 1964. Racism was in fact present in Commerce when there was segregation. Most of the African Americans lived in their own neighborhood where they were not treated equally, called Norris Community.
The Norris community has always really been the African American section of Commerce. It started before desegregation. It was where most of the African American community lived, and then after segregation, they just sort of stayed there because it was where they always lived. That's where the segregated public school was. That's where the African American churches were and still are.
The Texas Western Miners at guard out of Detroit, Michigan, number 14, 5'10", Bobby Joe Hill. At the other guard, number 24, 5'6", Willie Worsley. At center from Houston, Texas, number 43, 6'7", David Lattin. At forward, number 44, 6'5", Harry Flanoy. At the other forward, number 20, Austin Redicks. And the coach of the Texas Western Miners, Don Haskins.
So we have a real David versus Goliath matchup, Texas Western against Kentucky for the NCAA.
The movie Glory Road, based on true events, depicts East Texas State University as a campus struggling to accept integration through hatred and despicable mistreatment of the black community. Upon release of the movie in 2006, representatives of Texas A&M University of Commerce indicated that such accusations were false. They argued that the incident was not on the campus of East Texas State University at all. However, who can argue that Coach Norman and assistant coach Farmer and their team would have had a positive attitude playing against 5 black players in 1966? Many wouldn't argue at all. As modern times have taken over, Texas A&M University has seemed to become a non-discriminatory atmosphere on campus. However, there are some students that feel we have yet to overcome certain racisms.
Stereotypes I experience would be that, Alonzo, you're from Compton? Yeah, I'm from Compton. Oh man, you must be a thug. You may be a gangster, you shot a couple of people. I mean, as if I'm a criminal. Teachers, when they come to, when a student comes to a teacher and the teacher automatically look at them, especially here I notice, is do you play football? And if you do play football, they assume that you're not serious, that you don't care, and you just here just be here. So it's automatically right there, it's like, dang, I gotta work extra hard to try to please this teacher because I play football.
Throughout the history of what is now Texas A&M University Commerce, many can agree that there have been many obstacles in our past that create a strong foundation in our future. Wherever there was a past and a history, there is sure to be the good, the bad, and the ugly.